Déjà vu, which I hopefully pronounced right, is something most people can relate to feeling. At least taking into account that roughly 60 to 80% of all people have experienced it in their lifetime. There's nothing quite like feeling as if something has happened to you before when it hasn't. It's almost reassuring, but yet nerve-wracking at the same time as you struggle to remember where this could have happened before. My entire life I've had déjà vu, maybe once or twice a year, and never really gave it enough thought to look it up. But after diving deep into the research, I found the best idea science has so far to explain why this is happening, as well as some alternate theories. Though, as this article from Science Daily pointed out, despite widespread coverage, bursts of déjà vu are still misunderstood by the scientific community. So, there are bound to be contradictions and misinformation on these articles. I will do my best to cross-reference and validate all of these, so that way I'm not just speaking a bunch of dribble. So, for the uninformed, what is déjà vu? Well, it can be classified as an overwhelming sense of familiarity with something that shouldn't be familiar at all. So typically anything you've never encountered before or an area you've never been to feels familiar to you. For instance, when on vacation you could see a building or encounter a scenario that you never would have encountered before, and it feels oddly familiar, or makes you feel like it's happened exactly that way before. The root of the word, by the way, is French, literally translating to already seen, though in a different context to the way we view it now. Now that that's out of the way, let's discuss common supernatural theories about déjà vu. One I've heard a lot to explain this phenomenon is that it could have happened in a dream before. This, to me at least, sounds like a reasonable line to draw in relation to how it makes you feel. I mean, I for one have occasionally attributed déjà vu to feeling like it happened in a dream, even though I know it's not. This is not a scientifically sound description, and I do not believe it to be the case, but it does seem like a reasonable line to draw. Another theory is that of reincarnation, and that it's something you've already done before. Though if it was a past life and somehow you've, been able to go back, wouldn't it be like some form of time travel for things to happen so perfectly? I mean, I can't see the parallel with that one. It doesn't make much sense to me at all. I don't know. I mean, you can believe what you want to believe. The last theory I want to discuss is that of the Matrix theory, or the theory that we live in some sort of simulation. This is an entire can of worms I would like to open in another episode of Deep Dive, so I won't get too deep into it. But basically, for those who believe in this, believe that deja vu is a sort of glitch in the Matrix, or a memory of a previous system wipe. It's an odd theory, but hey, if you want to believe you're inside a simulation, you can believe this theory. That's all I have for the more supernatural theories. It's now time to view the scientific approach. The first draws a line between memory retention and deja vu, which makes logical sense as it is a feeling of familiarity, and your temporal lobe, which is where most of these theories center on, is the main part of your brain that uses storage for memories and remembers previous locations. You know, and it's quite easy to see why you draw a line between your temporal lobe and deja vu, as obviously if it feels like a lapse in that, you'd probably feel it from that part. They do link it to temporal lobe epilepsy, as it's often felt right before a severe seizure of that kind. Though this does call into question why it would be felt most without the condition, as I, for one, have never had a seizure, and especially not after deja vu. This has been explained, though, as some sort of jerk in the psyche while awake, something usually only reserved for when we sleep. But it does draw the question how this could have happened, but it makes a lot of sense for the temporal lobe to be the reference point of déjà vu. I mean, obviously, the place that holds your memories is probably the best place to look for why it's caused. Another theory is that it could be some sort of false memory we have of things, though this has been mostly debunked and replaced with the alternate theory that it is some sort of blank spot in the sorting of the brain. It's as if it went through a list of ideas and thoughts and accidentally filled in a blank spot, only to immediately correct it, giving us a sense of déjà vu, though this has yet to be entirely confirmed. Other quick theories suggest it could be not paying attention or being too tired, though the same sources for these suggest it was some sort of past life phenomenon, so I doubt the legitimacy of their science. I mean, that's all the theories on déjà vu I have found, at least that were prevalent enough to talk about or had some sort of, connection about it. If you enjoyed this video, I'm working on some similar things right now. And if you have any ideas that you want me to cover or anything you want me to look at, hey, let me know. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much.